With Donald Trump's recent return to the political spotlight, his promises regarding Social Security have rekindled hopes and concerns among millions of Americans who depend on these benefits. Social Security, a vital source of income for retirees, disabled individuals, and other beneficiaries, has long been a topic of political debate. As inflation remains high and the cost of living steadily rises, understanding what Trump's proposals might mean for Social Security has become increasingly important. His recent campaign statements have highlighted a commitment to keeping Social Security intact without cuts, and he has even proposed additional measures that could affect taxation and funding. But as with any high-stakes policy, the impact of Trump's promises depends on several complex factors, including political feasibility, budgetary constraints, and how Congress ultimately decides to act. Social Security reform has always been a sensitive issue, given the program's massive impact on Americans' lives. During his campaign, Trump's message about not cutting Social Security resonated with many voters who rely on these benefits as their primary income source. However, beyond this promise, he has also suggested reforms that could indirectly influence Social Security's long-term health, such as eliminating taxes on benefits. His commitment to preventing cuts stands as a beacon of hope for current beneficiaries, yet it also raises questions about how the program will be funded in the future. These proposals reflect a blend of financial relief and fiscal policy adjustments, with implications that could extend well beyond Trump's presidency. Trump's stance has highlighted a fundamental tension in Social Security reform, balancing short-term support for beneficiaries with long-term sustainability. While his promises provide reassurance to beneficiaries who depend on the program, implementing these changes will require careful policy adjustments and possibly significant shifts in government funding priorities. To fully understand Trump's Social Security plan, it's essential to consider both the immediate benefits his proposals might offer to retirees and the broader challenges that come with securing the program's future for upcoming generations. During his campaign, Trump made a clear pledge to avoid any cuts to Social Security, a promise that has given many beneficiaries a sense of relief. In a political climate where cuts to Social Security are often debated as a means of reducing national debt, Trump's commitment stood out as a reassurance that retirees and other recipients could continue to rely on these vital benefits. His position resonates with many Americans who feel financially vulnerable, especially as economic uncertainties and inflation affect their purchasing power. For many retirees, this commitment represents a source of security amidst broader financial concerns, as it ensures their income from Social Security will not be reduced under his administration. While Trump's promise not to cut Social Security benefits appears straightforward, it raises questions about how the program will be funded in the long term. Social Security is largely financed through payroll taxes collected from workers and employers, and the program's expenses are projected to increase as the population ages. Trump's stance of preserving benefit levels without any reduction implies that funding solutions must be found to cover these costs, as demographic changes continue to exert pressure on the program's financial health. Some critics argue that without reform, maintaining current benefit levels could put additional strain on the federal budget, especially as the Social Security Trust Fund faces a projected shortfall in the coming years. Implementing Trump's pledge to avoid Social Security cuts would likely require both creative policy solutions and potentially contentious negotiations with Congress. Given that Social Security remains one of the most popular government programs, any discussions about funding adjustments are likely to be highly scrutinized. Achieving a sustainable balance between meeting current beneficiaries' needs and ensuring the program's future viability will be a central challenge if Trump's no-cut pledge is to be upheld. Thus, while Trump's promise offers immediate reassurance to recipients, its realization would depend on addressing complex budgetary and legislative considerations. Proposed elimination of taxes on Social Security benefits. One of the boldest components of Trump's Social Security plan is his proposal to eliminate taxes on Social Security benefits. Under the current system, Social Security benefits are subject to federal taxes for individuals with incomes above $25,000 and couples earning over $32,000 annually. This tax primarily affects middle to higher income beneficiaries who rely on other sources of retirement income in addition to Social Security. By proposing to remove these taxes, Trump aims to increase the disposable income available to retirees, offering them some relief from the economic pressures that come with retirement. The financial benefits of eliminating Social Security taxes are substantial for many beneficiaries, particularly those with higher incomes who are currently taxed on up to 85% of their benefits. By removing these taxes, Trump's plan could boost disposable income for those in the middle and upper income brackets, potentially making it easier for them to cover rising health care and living expenses. This measure could be particularly impactful for retirees with other significant sources of income, such as pensions or investment portfolios, who would no longer have to pay federal taxes on their Social Security benefits. Trump's supporters argue that this change would help alleviate financial stress for retirees, allowing them to retain more of their earned income. However, the proposal to eliminate taxes on Social Security benefits raises concerns about the program's long-term sustainability. Social Security relies on a mix of payroll taxes and other revenue sources to remain solvent. Reducing or eliminating taxes on benefits would decrease the funds available to the Social Security Trust, potentially accelerating the projected shortfall. This change would necessitate alternative funding solutions or adjustments to prevent the program from depleting its resources sooner than expected. Although eliminating taxes on benefits would provide immediate relief to beneficiaries, it might also lead to more significant challenges in maintaining Social Security's stability over the coming decades. The role of immigration in Social Security funding. Another factor affecting Social Security's financial stability is the role of immigration, specifically the contributions of undocumented workers. Many Americans may not realize that undocumented workers contribute billions to the Social Security system each year, despite not being eligible to receive benefits themselves. Through payroll taxes, these workers add significant revenue to the Social Security Trust Fund, effectively helping to sustain the program without drawing from it. Trump's proposed immigration policies, including increased deportations and stricter immigration enforcement, could have unintended consequences on Social Security's funding. Undocumented workers often use temporary Social Security numbers or employer identification numbers, meaning their contributions go into the system without benefiting them directly. This situation results in a substantial net gain for Social Security, as the trust fund receives funding from these workers' payroll taxes without the obligation to pay out benefits. By tightening immigration policies, Trump's administration could inadvertently reduce these contributions, leading to a decrease in Social Security revenue. Although this impact may seem indirect, it underscores how interconnected immigration policy and Social Security funding are. If immigration restrictions reduce the number of undocumented workers in the U.S., Social Security could lose an important source of revenue. The potential decrease in payroll taxes from undocumented workers would add another layer of complexity to Trump's commitment to preserving Social Security without cuts. Policymakers may need to explore alternative funding mechanisms to offset any lost revenue. Understanding the implications of immigration policy on Social Security funding provides valuable insight into the broader economic effects of Trump's proposals, underscoring the interconnectedness of various policy areas. Implementing Trump's Social Security proposals will likely face significant hurdles in Congress. Social Security is one of the most popular and politically sensitive programs in the U.S., making any changes to it a complex legislative undertaking. While Trump's no-cuts promise and tax elimination proposals resonate with his supporters, these ideas require congressional approval, and bipartisan support is far from guaranteed. Lawmakers on both sides of the aisle recognize the importance of Social Security, but they also acknowledge the challenges of maintaining its financial health. In a deeply divided Congress, Trump's proposal to eliminate taxes on Social Security benefits could be contentious. Many Democrats and some Republicans are concerned about how this tax elimination might affect Social Security's funding, as it would remove a revenue stream that currently helps support the program. Some lawmakers argue that eliminating taxes on benefits could exacerbate funding issues, forcing Congress to consider unpopular measures like raising the retirement age or making other adjustments to keep the program solvent. These debates are likely to spark intense discussions about the best path forward, as both parties seek to balance the needs of current beneficiaries with the program's long-term viability. The legislative process for such a significant reform could be slow, as any major change to Social Security requires careful negotiation and compromise. While Trump's proposals have garnered attention and support, implementing them fully may take time, if they can be passed at all. Given the political sensitivity surrounding Social Security, beneficiaries may need to remain patient as Congress debates these proposals. For now, Trump's ideas remain proposals, and until they become law, Social Security recipients should avoid making financial decisions based on anticipated changes. While Trump's Social Security proposals have generated considerable interest and speculation, beneficiaries should approach these potential changes with cautious optimism. His promise not to cut benefits provides immediate reassurance, yet the long-term effects of his tax elimination proposal and immigration policies will require careful consideration. Social Security remains a critical safety net for millions of Americans, and any changes to the program must balance short-term relief with long-term stability. For now, Social Security beneficiaries would be wise to stay informed about legislative developments and avoid making major financial changes based on speculative proposals. Trump's ideas may require substantial negotiation and legislative action before they can impact beneficiaries directly. By staying vigilant, beneficiaries can better understand how these policy discussions may affect their future financial security and adjust their financial plans accordingly.
Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe to my channel. Share this video and don't forget to hit the like button.